Hey, how's it going everyone? This is DCSG 81 and today we will take a look at the comparison between these two Rey. They are both from SH Figuarts and this is the Rey from The Last Jedi and this is the latest Rey from The Rise of Skywalker. Okay, so this is a very simple comparison that I would just like to show you guys between these two Rey. They are of course have different appearance because they are both from two very different movies. One is from The Last Jedi and this is from the latest one, The Rise of the Skywalkers. So we can see even her appearance changes, and let's take a closer look on the overall face sculpture first. Okay, so one would argue that they are actually using the same sculpt, but I would think that it's very different sculpt. You can see that the latest one is slightly more refined and this is a little bit chubby here. Okay, but I can't deny that they might be the same sculpt, just that maybe they refine her face a little, because after all they are the same person. So I mean, there's nothing wrong to reuse the sculpture for their faces. Okay, so the faces, both of them looks very good. I would say that I'm happy that they are a little different if you look closely, but they are very alike to the actress herself. Okay, so let's take a look at the Last Jedi. I'll put some pictures right over here to actually show her in the real movie, and let's see about her clothes. Okay, I believe I have seen some pictures just now as well. I think the clothing wise is pretty accurate for both of them, but I'll just let you have a look right now to see what do you feel. I think they did a marvelous job in copying the actual costume. Okay, now next we'll take a look at the Rise of the Skywalker, the costumes, and this one again I think they have done a pretty good job, okay, in mimicking the costumes. Very nice. Okay, so in terms of overall appearance, both of them are pretty spot on, I would say, and you can't deny that they both look very similar as per in the movie, although this movie hasn't come out yet. But I do believe in SH Figuarts level of expertise, they would have more pictures to actually craft the clothing out, yeah, to get to this exact accuracy, I would say. Yep. Okay, so in overall their faces both looks very good. This is more, I would say, this one actually looks more matured, and this one still have the little girl kind of look. Yeah, maybe she hasn't, yeah, the way she tie her hair, maybe I think looks more matured in a way. Yep. So okay, so this is for the overall look. Let's get into the articulations. Okay, so for the articulation, we have just seen it in my previous review for her. You can check out the link right here. For her, I believe is almost the same. It's practically the same actually. So besides the hair, okay, the hair doesn't really hinder it because it's soft. Okay, so she can also move freely as compared to her. She also can move freely, but she does have a little bit of hindering of the hair, even though they are soft, but she can still turn pretty much everywhere. Okay, her hands similar to this Rey. She can't, her handgun can't go up straight because of the costume similar to her. Okay, and there's no arm swivel as well. Okay, double joint elbow, pretty much the same, and the only difference between these two I think is this Rey can actually turns, okay, sideways, and this belt is a separate piece. But for her, the whole piece, the whole costume is one piece. You can't turn her like that. You have to turn the entire thing. It moves together. Okay, I'll show it to you again. Okay, you can see that. Okay. You see, once I turn, these whole things go together. Okay, this is I think they actually super glued this both sides. Okay, So in terms of flexibility, I think this older Rey is better, okay, because she can turn, and this belt is a separate piece. But the legs wise, I think it's the same. These are all soft rubber, okay. Okay, sorry, I was wrong. This older Rey is actually being hindered by this piece of tunic below her. It's actually much more thicker, although you can see that it's quite soft, but it does hinder her from doing some kicking pose. You can see she can't really kick much, okay. It's being hindered by this piece here. But this Rey doesn't have the long tunic like her. Hers is very short and it doesn't hinder anything else, okay, but this one does, okay. So that's very unfortunate. This Rey is slightly more limited in terms of articulations. And let's see, it's a single joint knee as well, and the legs can move pretty freely like this Rey, okay. So their articulation is pretty much the same, except for the abdomen part, whereby the belt is a separate piece and then the leg is actually hindered by that tunic below her, okay. Okay, so let's take a look at the accessory next. Okay, so in terms of accessory, it's very obvious that the latest Rey comes with a tons more things that you can see on the board now, and this Rey does comes with a few things. Okay, so let's go through her first. She comes with a bag, a sling bag that she can wear, okay, and then she comes with a gun. Let's compare the guns. I think it's pretty much, oh sorry about that, it's pretty much the same. This is for the Rise of Skywalker, this is from The Last Jedi, okay. It's very similar, I would say. Yep, and they can both be placed into the holster that they have right at their right hand side corner, okay, you can see, okay. And then next they have the of course the lightsaber, which is a slightly different kind of blue. This one is a very blue from the Last Jedi. This one is slightly greenish blue, I would say. Yep, okay, and they both look very detailed. And for this Rey, she does come with a lightsaber that wasn't activated, but she doesn't have any hinge to put on her waist, okay. There's no hole, unlike this one. This Rey, she does have a hole for her to place the lightsaber, which is cooler that way, okay. And lastly, of course, this Rey just comes with an additional face, angry face. It's not a complete head, it's just the face, okay, which is a bonus, I would think. Very nice, okay. And this Rey of course comes with a hoodie, which we've seen earlier in the review, and she also comes with this DO, although it's not much articulation, just the head part, but I think it's good enough. And this Rey doesn't comes with BB-8. If I'm not wrong, BB-8 comes with those red guards, if I'm not wrong, but I have purchased the BB-8 separately. So this is the BB-8, which is from SH Figuarts. I purchased it separately, and there's only movement on the head, okay, nothing else. Same like this guy, so it's very much bigger compared to this guy here, okay. So in terms of hand, they pretty much have the same set of hands, except that this Rey have another pair of hands, which is for holding the stick, okay, which is this one. And this Rey doesn't come with a stick, okay. So in terms of accessory, it's very much obvious that this Rey actually comes with a lot more things than her. Okay, so the last section of this comparison is of course to compare the boxes. This is for you collectors who likes to have their collection in a mint condition, so you you would like to see how the boxes looks like. Okay, so I only have the boxes for this Rey, which is just unboxed it yesterday, and but this one is, I think I've thrown it away quite some times ago. Okay, but don't worry, I'll Google some pictures and show it to you on the screen right now, so you can see that the boxes are pretty much similar in a way of the design of the box, and also the concept art is pretty much the same, just that it's of different kind of Rey, and at the back you can see that it's a different kind of picture, of course, because they are both different Rey, but to me they are very identical, nothing too fancy, nothing special about about one box other than the other. So I think they are very much the same, nothing to really compare with. Okay, so my final verdict for both of them is if you were to ask my opinion which one to get, I would think that you should get the latest one. Why? Is because I feel that it's much more refined in terms of the sculptures, and even the face. I think, don't get me wrong, this one does look like Rey as well, but this one I prefer her look much better. Maybe it's because of a more mature kind of look. If you like to have a little bit cuteness, yeah, maybe you go for this Rey, but this one looks more mature, as like she's ready as a Jedi kind of look. And also she comes with a lot more accessories, and in terms of articulations also she's a lot better. Not to say a lot, I'm sorry, she's better in the terms of the lower part of her legs, of her body, means her legs can have more freedom in articulation, whereby this one was actually restricted by the tunic that she wear. Yeah, so but they are both other than that, I think they are both pretty much the same, except for the waist as well. This one is a separate piece, but this one is an entire piece, this kind of things. So yep, I will still recommend the Rey from the Rise of Skywalker. Yep, but if you already have this one and you are asking me whether you should get this one, I would seriously think no, unless you are really a diehard fans of Rey. If you just want to have a Rey in your Star Wars collection, I think this should suffice. Yeah, it should be more than enough that to represent Rey, because this is a very good representation of Rey as well. But if you do not have any Rey, you just want to get one, I think this is the one you should go for. I'm not sure whether the price has been hiked for this one, because she came out quite some time ago. This one I think you can still get in Army if I'm not wrong. Yeah, you can check it out. That's where I got mine from. Yep, so I hope you find my review informative. Give me a thumbs up if you like it. Of course, leave me any comments if you have any further questions about both of them, and subscribe to my channel. Click over here, and of course click on the bell button so that you'll be notified whenever I have any new review coming up, which is practically almost every day. And I hope you do roam around in my channel, because I have about 250, maybe there's 260 right now, I'm not sure, videos that you can browse around and check out if you like any videos that might capture your attention with. Okay, until then, I'll speak to you in my next video. Bye.